Hey, hi, welcome in, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so excited. All right, I'm trying this for the first time. I have a new camera angle. Hold on. I'm going to bring that up closer for you guys. Hold on. All right, there we go. I'm going to bring it up closer and see if you guys can see this new camera angle. Let me see if that works. Does that work? I like it. I don't know if it's going to work, but we're going to try it. And I'm going to see, because every time I record my videos, I can't see anything now. I'm going to try. I'm going to bring you guys up on this. That way I can see. There we go. Can I see the live? All right, let me see if I can. Oh, it won't let me. How do I do that? How do I log in and see what you guys are saying? I don't think I can do it. Do you guys know how to do that? Oh, do I have to log into a different account? I don't really have a different account. Can't see a thing you guys are saying. Oh, what if I do TikTok Studio? Let's see if I do that. I bet you that'll work. Sorry, guys. You guys are kind of doing, you're kind of doing my, I need you live to see if this is going to work. I said no during security reasons. All right, let's see if it works. I don't know my password. Oh, maybe I can do it. I can't see what you guys are saying, but I'm going to figure it out. All right. Now, Izzy, do you know how to see if see my live on a different, like go live while I'm let me see if I can find it here. The organic food movements.
Are you gonna click down for the fatty delivery? Oh, it's up there. Okay.
No, I don't know how to get to.
What are you trying to do?
Well, I can't. I wanted to do a different camera angle today, which is a great angle, but I cannot read the. I can't read it.
We'll let this swipe out TikTok. Do you have a second account on here?
No, I don't own a second account. Can I log into yours?
Yeah, that's what I was just.
Oh.
Sure. Shut up.
Oh, but then I have to log out of this.
No, you just add an account.
Oh yeah, put yours in so I can read it. All right, hold on. I'm going to figure this out. We're going to figure it out, and then we're going to be able to, but I'm not going to be able to see. See, that's what they're going to be doing all day.
No, we're picking them up. We're random with those.
That's my phone number, I think. Oh, no, that's yours.
It's
Probably, yeah. All right, hold on. I'm coming over there to read what you guys are saying. I like this angle. Do you guys like the camera angle? Hi, Janet. Thank you for the roses. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love this angle, but I can't use it because I can't see you guys. This stinks. I'm so mad. All right, I'm going to move you. You know what, Izzy? Don't worry about it.
I got it.
Okay.
I might need to wash this board. It just needs to.
Thanks. Hi, Janet. Hold on, I'm going to show you. I'm right here. I'm trying to figure out if I can make this work or not because I think it's a better angle for us, you know, for you guys to see things. But hi, how are you, Janet? So nice to see you. How's school? I'm so excited. I'm trying to. What do you guys think? Oh, I love that. Thanks for my heart, Liz. Yeah, I'm good. Class is starting 3 weeks. Oh, so you get a little chill time. All right, Izzy, forget it. I have to move on, but thanks. I appreciate it. All right, guys. What? What did you say? Okay, guys. I tried. I really wanted that to work for you, but you're going to be off the sound for just a minute while I get this back on. I'm so bummed. Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can do it from here. Nope, none of this is going to work. My sister had her baby. Oh, I love that. Let me see. I want to see if I can figure this out because you don't need my face, you need the food. Oh, hold on. Here we go. I'm so bummed. I wanted that to work, but I'm going to have to figure it out. I think I have to get like another account or something. Hi, Amy. All right. Well, we're going to, let me see where I can put you guys where you can see what I'm up to. Hold on. Send me baby pics. I want to see baby. I want to see baby pics. All right, I'm going to just get some coffee going and let me see if I can change the angle because that angle works really well, but it's not going to work. Hold on. I'm going to try one more thing so that I can see you guys. It's so nice to see you. Yay. All right, hold on. Let me see. I'm going to put you guys higher up like this. I think that might work. Let's try that. Let's try that. And then I can see you. Let me see if that works. Hi. All right, I'm going to try this. Hold on. Hold on. Thank you guys for sticking with me here. I'm trying something new so that you guys can see what I'm doing because I feel like it's hard to, on the replays, all of the work that we do. All right, let's see if that works. I'm going to try this. I can see you guys. We can chat. Let me see if that works. That's a little bit better. I like this angle because you guys can see what I'm up to rather than me. All right, let's try. Let's try all the things and see if it works. Because we're going to be talking about fatty liver disease today, and it's a pretty good topic. All right, we're going live. We're going to try. All right. Hi, guys. Welcome in. We're talking about did that go live? Hold on. Ah, there we go. All right. I think we got this. Perfect. All right. I think this might work for now. Welcome in, everybody. Oh. All right. We're talking about fatty liver disease. I'm going to try this. Not sure how it's going to work, but we're going to try. Hold on, I have to fix a couple more things. And then, all right, let's see if it works. I'm going to try. Fatty liver disease. You guys ready for that? This is I think this is a good topic because we haven't really talked about it yet. And there's a lot of good information and a lot of, promising info that, when you get diagnosed with fatty liver disease. I wish I could see that a little bit better, but all right, when I see topics coming up, it might take me a little longer to figure it out, but I wish they had like something we could we could figure out, but we'll figure it out. I'm gonna get this. We're gonna get this. I am going to become tech savvy, whether I like it or not. All right, so let's talk. Let's chat a little bit. All right, there we go. Let me see. All right. Hi, welcome in, everybody. We are talking about fatty liver disease today. This is our kitchen pharmacy class where this is where we actually talk about the relationship of food and healing and how it all ties together. Thanks for the follow. Thanks for the follow, Michael. I'm gonna warm up some coffee water, and then we're gonna get busy. Yay! So fatty liver disease, it's quietly been one of the most common health struggles. People are getting diagnosed more and more, and I think it's definitely because of our standard American diet, And hold on, let me see if I can get you guys a little bit. Let me see. Hold, please. I want to. Oh, you guys are coming with me with the microphone now. Hold on. I want to see if I can make me a little bigger. Hold on. I'm climbing up here to the cameras. I know I'm crazy. All right, let's see. That might work a little bit better for you guys. You can see me a little bit better. Okay. I see. I don't think it gets that attention that it deserves, and I think the liver, it's our filter, and it has the most. It's the organ that really can regenerate itself, right? So we look at that and we say, oh, okay, so if we catch fatty liver disease early enough, you can switch it back to being more healthy. Hey, Jamie, welcome in. So I wrote, as usual, and you can find this in the LINK, the BIO, and the recipe vault, right up there. And it will give you all the information. It's got about 20 pages. There's a lot of recipes in here. It's like there's a bunch of weekly recipes going on. We have a flash goal. Let's see what it says. Only 4 gifters. We could do that. We could do that. I'm drinking a little water. Hold on. Okay, so fatty liver disease, what is it? Well, it builds up. Fatty liver disease is when fat builds up onto the liver. Simple. They called it a metabolic dysfunction associated steatotic liver disease, or MASLD. A newer, more accurate name for what used to be NAFLID, which they don't use anymore. So it touches roughly 1 in 4 adults worldwide. Let me see if I can put this down here. No, that's going to be in the camera angle. We'll see. We'll leave it here. 1 in 4 adults. That's a lot. So if fatty liver disease is left untreated, it moves through stages. And once it goes through to like a certain stage, you can't heal it. It sort of progresses, right? So it's inflammation known as steatohepatitis. And then it advances into fibrosis and scarring, and in serious cases, it becomes cirrhosis. So, a lot of people say, oh, I have non-alcoholic cirrhosis of the liver. It's sort of, it kind of ties to the fatty liver disease. So you want to be careful. You want to catch it first before you get to that stage. So you can heal yourself. And honestly, this is one of those things, with exceptions, this is one of those things where you can almost, I don't want to say anything is like 100%, but you could really heal this. You could really turn it around. Good morning, Brock. What does that say, Brock? Hi, Brock. Nice to see you. Welcome in. So it's one of those things that, your liver is one of the few organs in your body that is capable of true regeneration. Healthy cells can multiply and replace the bad cells, but you've got to make the work. You've got to do the work to get there. So how do you do that? So your daily job for the liver is detoxification. It filters alcohol, medications, everyday environmental toxins. It helps with metabolism. It processes helps in metabolism with carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. So it's really doing a lot of work. It holds on to vitamins A, D, and B12, along with iron, copper, and glycogen. So bile production, very important. It helps digest the fat, and it carries waste out of the body. So if you're not treating your liver well, you're going to get into a position where, you're not going to feel so good. So inflammation control, it also helps produce proteins that help regulate immune response. So the liver's got a lot of work to do. There used to be this thing where you could go underneath your rib cage, and if you could get in there and, put your fingers underneath your rib cage on your right hand side, your liver was healthy. I know you guys are all trying to find your liver right now and trying to figure out, where is my liver and how do I get under there? If you can't get, this was the old adage of if you couldn't get your fingers under your rib cage next to your liver, you wound up saying, your liver is angry. You have to do something about it. So stop poking at your liver. But it really was one of those things where that was old school sort of medicine, hold on, let me see if I want to see this picture so I can see what I'm doing here. Hi, Sue. Hi, Harris. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here again. Appreciate it. All right. Message retracted. I got you, Brock. You guys are a little further away today, so it takes me a minute to see what you're saying, but hang it tight. I will answer you. Hold on, let me do this. It's a little weird today because I'm trying something new and I got to figure out how to do it and post and blah, 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 all those things. Okay. So the liver's got a lot to do. So how does that connect with the kitchen pharmacy? So the kitchen pharmacy simply means turning food into real food, herbs, thoughtful cooking as the first response to when you want to heal yourself, because that's where the magic happens, right? If you use real organic whole foods, if you're taking care of yourself like that, that's when you're protecting yourself from inflammation, unhealthy ingredients, toxins in your food, all the icky stuff, right? Hey, Erica, welcome in. Hi, Patricia, welcome in. Nice to see you. So the core principles for kitchen pharmacy is add before you subtract. So fill your plate with all that liver healing foods like olive oil and vegetables. You guys, for my coffee lovers out there, you're going to love this. Coffee, unsweetened. You can even use decaffeinated coffee. It'll still help also. Follow a Mediterranean diet sort of pattern, that like clean, whole foods, fish. We're going to talk a lot about it. And then you want to do those small daily habits that are repeated, right? You don't want to go for my all or nothing people. It's small daily changes that are going to do it. Potato paratha, that sounds good. That's what you're looking to do, right? What you change one thing, you take one thing out of your diet a week or every couple of days. That's the way the changes stay permanent. And I often say that here for the last 2 years. I often say to you, change one food every shopping. Like when something runs out, change it to organic food, to an organic ingredient. And all of a sudden in a year, your top 20 or 30 items that you use on a regular basis in your kitchen are now certified organic. And all of a sudden you didn't even notice. And that's the way that things become permanent. If you walk into a health food store and you go, okay, everything I do is going to be organic now, your bill is going to be, $700, $800. You're going to have all this food at home. You decide you're not going to eat and you're going to give up because it's too expensive. So that's a better way. Good morning, Patricia. And then let food come first, right? Food before supplements. Obviously, if you're on medications, you got to stay with those, but make sure that you're eating food before everything else. You want to eat good, clean food. And we're going to talk about top foods for liver health. We're going to talk about herbs today. We're going to go through it and you're going to see, oh wow, I already eat that. Oh wow, I do this. Oh wow. So, we're going to go through that now. And then we're going to see if we're going to cook some stuff today. Hi, John. Nice to see you. We're talking about what do you call it today? Fatty liver disease. Hold on. I'm going to bring you guys close because I want to share out the live. We're going to share out the live. And if you guys can share out too, it really helps. And I think this is an important topic. So if we can share out the live, that will be great. If you're here for the first time, I'm Chef Liz. I've been cooking for 40 years. I studied under Anne-Marie Colban at the Natural Gourmet Institute for Food and Healing. It was before all these other big schools came out and started talking about food and healing. She was the pioneer of this. She knew Michio Kushi. She used to talk about, studying with him. She was an amazing woman. She was my mentor. I loved her. And I've spent the last 40 plus years of my life studying food and healing. And I am currently working at at a health food store in Ridgefield, Connecticut for the past 22 years. And I'm the chef there. And it's, we really cook beautiful, yummy food. Hold on. I'm doing all kinds of crazy things today, trying to figure out my camera system. I want it to be a little bit better so that when you guys see the replays, you see the food and not a bunch of dumb words. Okay. The liver supportive plate. Now, look, you're going to get all these cool little charts in your recipe vault. You're going to find these under the kitchen pharmacy classes. They'll all be in there. So you're going to see like plate. You know all the things. You guys have seen it. It's really wonderful. It's like $5 a month. It is less than that drive-through coffee. So, and then you have over 600 recipes. It's a really good resource for you. So let's talk about it. What goes on your plate? Build every meal around simple visual, like a visual template in your mind, right? So half of your plate is going to be non-starchy vegetables, leafy greens. They can be raw, cooked, broccoli, fresh peppers, zucchini. I mean, now is garden season. So you have so much access to beautiful food. You're going to love it. Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys. Today's going to be very, very technical because I'm trying to figure out camera angles that work for us. Thanks for the follow. You guys are awesome. I appreciate all the follows today. If you guys can too, you got your heart me's. That's where you go for engagement points. It kind of talks you through what you need. This is our goal today. We got all kinds of fun stuff going on. All right. So a quarter of your plate is whole grains or starchy vegetables. This is where you're going to get your fiber from, right? Quinoa, brown rice, sweet potato, squashes, all the summer Well, winter squashes are coming. They're going to be cured, butternut squash, a delicata, acorn. They're the first ones up for the season in the Northeast. They start harvesting in about 2 or 3 weeks. You need a little cure time, but they are really great for fiber. And a quarter, 25% of your plate is lean protein. You're talking fish, chicken, legumes, tofu, tempeh, eggs, those kinds of things. And then 1 or 2 tablespoons of healthy fats. The fats that we use in this kitchen are olive oil, avocado oil, coconut oil, and then I call them the holiday fats, bacon fat and chicken fat. Those are our holiday oils. And beef tallow. Beef tallow goes right after coconut oil. Then your holiday fats are your bacon and your chicken. I like to call them holiday fats. Special occasion fats. All right. Foods that heal your liver. Now, I gave you guys this list, and I tell you, if you are trying to heal fatty liver, if you're trying to get your liver back on track, if you really need some help with this, you want to pay attention to this little box right here, because it will tell you what you want to eat, how often, and what's the serving size. I thought this was going to be the most important. Then throughout the packet, I have all kinds of recipes. And then what I did is I listed the 10 liver healing foods for you, why they work, and how to use them. So you're going to get a lot of good information in this packet, and it's going to be very helpful. All right, vegetables. Every day, 3+ servings a day, 1 cup raw or a half a cup cooked. So if you're doing 3 servings, you could do you could eat a cucumber, you could eat broccoli, cooked or raw. You could make a chopped up salad of all your favorite raw ingredients with like a lemon vinaigrette and eat that. 1 cup, 2 cups, 3 cups, however you want to get it. But you need to get vegetables in your body. There's a couple of reasons for that. One is obviously all the nutrients, phytonutrients, all those types of things. And then on top of that, you're talking about tons of fiber that's going to help wash all that fat out of your system. Well, I'm not saying it keep in mind, I'm a chef. I am not a doctor or an RD. I'm a chef, so I talk in lay terms. So don't go back and say, vegetables don't wash fat out of your liver. I know it doesn't. I'm just speaking in sort of lay terms to say, eat your vegetables. Please don't beat me up for saying things wrong. Hey, Cece, how's it going? All right. Fruit every day, 2+ servings, eat a pear. Pear's got a ton of fiber. It's so good for you. Berries, all the phytonutrients, just make sure they're certified organic. You don't want to eat any berries at all if they are not certified organic. They are on the Dirty Dozen list, so keep that in mind for produce. Olive oil every day, 4 tablespoons. Olive oil for your liver and gallbladder are actually really good. They tend to be very health supportive to your liver and gallbladder, actually. So 4 tablespoons total, 1 to 3 cups of unsweetened, just black coffee. Believe it or not, and we're going to talk about it as the first ingredient, why coffee is so important. If you are sensitive to coffee, obviously don't drink it. But if you can drink coffee, this is for Robin. You're always going to have a good liver, but you can't sweeten it. You don't want to put milk. It has to be black, and you can do it uncaffeinated. You don't have to have caffeinated coffee. All right. Fatty fish. Every week, 3+ servings, salmon, sardines, mackerel. You're never going to see me eat sardines or mackerel. It's too fishy for me, but I will eat salmon. And make sure you know where your salmon's coming from, not previously frozen, not added colorant. I like the Scottish. I'm on the East Coast, so I'm a big fan of the Scottish, Wester Ross, Faroe Island salmons. I like them. They sort of follow the migration of the fish and pull them into the locks, which is like a cul-de-sac of the ocean, and they bring them in at like their natural migration, and that's where they grow them, feed them, take care of them. They're usually pretty clean. I found that Faroe Island fish, Wester Ross, to me right now, until I hear otherwise, I feel very safe eating those. If you're on the Pacific Northwest, obviously you've got like the best salmon over there, so you can pull it and eat that. Try not to eat farmed salmon, So legumes and beans every day. Every week, 3 servings a week. So get them in. Lentils, chickpeas, black beans. There's tons of lentil and bean and chickpea salads in our recipe vaults. We're going to do a couple here. I think I can do a chickpea one today. Nuts and seeds. Every week, 4 servings, a 1/4 cup raw. So unsalted, right? Good morning, Campground. How's it going? It's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Yay! We got goals. We got love going on. Drop your hearts, all the things. Thank you. Welcome in. Share the live, tapping's free. All that love is free. All right, tapping and sharing is completely free. Free love, unsalted. Say it ain't so. I know. I will say, you want to see my guilty pleasure? This is my guilty pleasure. It's the only place I can get them. And I buy 2 bags once a year and I eat them. They're the 365 Whole Foods version of the organic sunflower seed kernels. I eat them roasted and salted. I know that is not going to help my liver. Well, I'm here in San Francisco, so where would you get my salmon from? You know where you're getting your salmon from. I would do like, for me, I'm not a king salmon fan because they're too big, right? So they've been in the ocean too long in my mind. Is it true? I have no idea. I don't know if they just grow that big, but I like the smaller, like the coho, John, or, something like that. Coho salmon, sockeye, they're smaller. They're, brighter orange. I think though, if you're in San Francisco, that's what I would get. That's what I would get from the North Pacific. I love it because they're bigger. April, I get it. But the first thing that goes in my mind is if they've been in the ocean that long, how much more icky stuff is on them. I don't know how else to put it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know the science behind it. I don't know if it's been tested. I don't know any of that, but I like if I'm buying fish, I personally like to get like a smaller size salmon. Like a 3-pound side to me is the biggest I want to go. And I won't eat king salmon. Isn't that funny? It's just a preference. I have nothing to back that up. I could do the research for you and let you know. Hold on, I'm just putting my sweater on. I like to wear a sweater. I mean, it's been like 69, 65, 63, 62 here. It's been lovely, lovely. All right. So nuts and seeds and then whole grains, oats, quinoa, brown rice, barley, all those things, just get them in. Those are also fiber. They do, yes, there are people that are sensitive to grains, but you need grains for energy. So don't give up. It's still 100 in Kansas City. Well, I have to say we keep our house between 69 and 70. So I'm like, I put my sweater on, I take my sweater off. I'm constantly moving around with the sweater, on and off, on and off. All right, let's talk about For me, I put in here the 10 liver healing foods to know well. If you have any issues with your liver, this is a really good list to have. And then you have the why. I'm a why girl. I like to know why I have to eat something, why I have to do something. I always want to know the answer to that before I do it. All right. Hey, super fan. Brenda, welcome in. All right. I'm so glad you guys are sticking around. If you have any questions or you want some information, I'm here to help. And we're going to do a little cooking today too, but this is our Wednesday morning kitchen pharmacy class. We always cover a topic. And if you want to know what we're up to, I have a schedule that comes out. We post this at the Book of Face at the beginning of every month. And the whole first column is all the classes that we have for the month. So we have a Sunday night Zoom class. The next one is on the 23rd, and we're doing 5 ingredient organic meals, quick ones. And then Monday nights is our chef's table class. That's around 7:30. We just did taco night. This Monday, we're doing back to school. I know some people go back to school already. We go back to school in the Northeast like the week before Labor Day and then the week after. We're also going to do following Monday is rotisserie chicken rescue, a Labor Day weekend cookout, and then Boulder Global Flavors, which is our last Monday of the month now, our sort of signature series. And we'll be doing some Korean food. So excited. Wednesday mornings, this 8 a.m. class is kitchen pharmacy. Next week, we're doing the cortisol deep dive, which I know you guys are going to love. We're doing mast cell activation the week after. And then we're going to talk about FODMAP the week after that. So we have a lot going on. Thursday nights is our like anything goes class. If you have questions, if you're looking for information, if you want me to cook something, get to me ahead of time. You can put it in the Book of Face. You can DM me. Somebody on YT asked me, I want to make cookies. So this Thursday night, we're baking some cookies. And then Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning is our kitchen hacks class. And that class covers everything. This week, we're going to be doing Stock Your Healing Pantry. We have kitchen hacks that save hours, the science of flavor. And then we're going to start another last Saturday of the month, we're calling it Kitchen Confidence Boot Camp. So we're going to cover something, whether it's knife skills, pantry organization. It's going to be anything like that. So this schedule this is a refrigerator pin. You can download it, put it on your refrigerator, and then you can watch for your classes. All right. 10 liver healing foods to know well. Are you ready? Number 1. These are not in any kind of order, but I figure let's talk about coffee first. So for me, coffee is genuine medicine for your liver. I don't know if anybody's ever heard of coffee enemas, but when you are detoxing your gallbladder or liver, or you're trying to help, coffee enemas are like, the thing that I say, foofy people will do. You got to look that up yourself. It's hard to find it. I wanted to do a whole series, a whole kitchen pharmacy on colonics and enemas, but I have realized that that's not a conversation that the powers that be want us to have anymore, which tells me they're probably pretty good. So somehow I will get that somewhere for you guys. Maybe I'll just write it and post it so that you have it, because I can't talk about it live. I don't know why. Craziness. Okay. So you want to do up to 3 cups a day, unsweetened, no milk, nothing, black coffee. That's what you're looking at. It's linked to reduce liver fat, lowers inflammation, and it decreases the risk of scarring. So why does it work? Because the polyphenols and antioxidants protect the liver cells directly. Now, keep this in mind. I would be using very good, high quality beans, like certified organic beans. I don't think you should just buy regular coffee. I wouldn't use, the drive-through coffee companies that we love to drink. I would be using like a really good quality. I can write it down for you. I know Jim's Coffee's been around forever. They're an organic brand. Ancestral, if you can get it, is an organic brand that I love. So you drink 1 to 3 black or with, you could do unsweetened plant milk if you needed to, but you skip the sugar and 0 flavored syrups. Nothing. All right. Extra virgin olive oil, 4 tablespoons a day is a cornerstone of liver supporting eating. Reach for cold pressed oil in a dark bottle to protect the polyphenol content. So polyphenols are the name of the game. Find it glass bottle like this. Again, certified organic. You're cleaning out an organ, a liver. You want to make sure you're getting the best quality you can. Why does it work? The monounsaturated fats and the polyphenols, they reduce the liver fat and calm inflammation. This is what you're looking to do. Calm inflammation and reduce liver fat, right? You really want to be careful. Cruciferous vegetables, broccoli, kale, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, bok choy, true liver superstars. Now, I have cauliflower. I want to show you something with cauliflower. Oh, here it is. A couple of things when you work with cauliflower. So it's very hard to get cauliflower that's perfect, where it doesn't have any sort of the browning going on. So what I do when I get cauliflower and I want to use it, this is what I do. I get out my peeler. I get out my peeler and I find the little brown spots and I just peel them off, just like that. That's it. Very simple. And if it goes very deep, then I just take that piece off and I get rid of it. Did you see that? So all I do before I cut it is I'm going to just get rid of that. And what I love about cauliflower is it's very versatile. When I was a little kid, I remember doing a brownie class. It was the first time I ever tasted cauliflower. And they blindfolded all of us. And they gave us different foods to try. We were Girl Scouts. I was a brownie, I guess. And I remember they were like, okay, open your mouth. And, obviously we're trusting little kids. They didn't do anything wrong. But I remember tasting cauliflower that way for the very first time. I guess I never had it as a kid or I didn't remember it. But I remember getting like a little tiny piece like this, raw, just like this. And I remember crunching it and chewing it and going, oh my God. I'm sorry if my microphone is making that chew very loud, but it was so good. Yeah, did you see that? Are you saying it's a good idea for to use the peeler? Yeah, the peeler works great. Now, here's another thing. A lot of, the new thing is it's not new anymore, but for 2 years, cauliflower was like the vegetable. This year it's cabbage, by the way. It's the trend. It's the trendy vegetable. Let me just dump this, and then I'm going to show you a couple of ways that you can cook your cauliflower. Now, if you can handle it raw, it's not a bad idea to try cauliflower raw. But here's a way that you can do it. I'm going to show you. You can do this. Can you see what I'm doing? I'm kind of doing like a rice cauliflower. Look at that. Do you see how that just cut up? You can also use your peeler. This takes a little bit longer, but look. Now, you guys want to see a breakfast that I use this for? Do you compost veggie scraps? Sometimes, Gail, but I have to tell you, I am almost 0.0 in the garden. One, I don't have the time, and two, my skills are really lacking. So, and right now, honestly, I don't have any extra time for anything. And when I try to have extra time, I can't see it through. So, no. The short answer is no. So look, you can chop it, or you can do this and cut very, very thin. And you can also use your peeler. Now, I've made cauliflower tabbouleh, which I love, but if you want, I can show you how I make a cauliflower egg. Now, I'm going to give some credit where credit is due. I had a woman working in the shop with me for a while. Her name was Miriam, and she showed me this recipe, and we often make it in the kitchen. Let me see if I have the other two ingredients I need for this, and I'm going to show you a really yummy egg dish. You know, it's just like a family sort of thing, I would imagine. Okay, we need cilantro, and I don't think I have any scallions today, but let me just check. No, bummer. All right, I don't have any scallion, but this will work. We'll do a little onion, or let me see, do I have a little shallot. If you don't like shallot, but usually we do this with onion, but let's do this as a yummy. I want to show you. Then I take a little bit of cilantro, which is great for heavy metal detox, so it's kind of good for the liver also. But look, let me see something. Hold on, I'm going to check something. All right. I'm going to just chop up a little bit of cilantro. And then we're going to do a little bit. So usually what we always do in the kitchen, we do a little, what do you call it? Scallion. But I don't have any. So I'm going to use a little bit of shallot. I'm going to cut it nice and fine. And then, so I'm going to show you, look, this is how nice and cut this is. You see how small everything is? Can you guys see that? All right. So I'm going to put this in a little bowl. This is the first, in the morning you can this is a great way to start your day with yummy, 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 yummy food. All right, watch. I'm going to use 2 eggs, but depending on how many people you have for the day or what you're up to, or however many eggs you like to use, I'm going to crack some eggs. This is just a quick sort of, hey, you got these ingredients and you need a new way to eat, and you want to figure out, what you could add to your menu, your breakfast. I'm going to put a little pinch of salt. And then if you wanted to, because turmeric is so good for inflammation, look at this. I'm just going to blend this in. So I have cilantro in here. think scallion or any type of, any type of onion. All right. I'm going to use my quick little cooker because you know how much I love this little cooker. You guys all see that? Yeah, it's in the camera view. Okay. And then watch. If you're a cauliflower fan, if you need to get a cruciferous vegetable and you don't know how to make it or you love eggs, this is a really good way. You could totally use broccoli. I know, right? That's the whole point. Cooking cauliflower and eggs for breakfast. Share your favorite egg vegetables. Watch. Now, instead of butter, you need to get your tablespoon of olive oil in, 4 tablespoons. Here's where you can use some olive oil, right? So we're going to let that heat up. And then we're just going to make, and your cauliflower is going to cook because we've kind of made it like nice and thin, almost like rice. So you don't have to worry, but it's also still going to have a little texture. So if you need that texture, like that little kind of crunch in there or any type of texture, you're still going to get that. All right, let's see. What do I have to pour this? I have my little 1/8-inch cup. Oh, it would help if I turn this on. There we go. So this is a good way. And then you have this with a cup of black coffee and you've already got in a nice protein. You've got your eggs and you're not eating toast. Remember, don't mix, never ever, try really hard not to mix toast or bread with eggs to start your day. You're not digesting it. Your body can't digest that because you're not putting you're not getting you can't release the enzymes you need to digest carbohydrates and protein at the same time. So you really want to make sure that you don't add bread to your breakfast because you're starting your day off already not digesting food. All right, so, and then I'm making these little sort of, they're like little sort of, I don't know what you call them, like little egg things. I don't know what else to call them. But isn't this great? This is a great way to start your day. And look at all the healthy food you have. You have your olive oil, you got the protein of your egg. You've got cilantro that's helping clear heavy metals, supporting that detoxification process. Then you have your cruciferous vegetable. You're already getting vegetables in. Egg pancake. Yes, that's exactly what this is, an egg pancake. And what's great about this is, even for your kids, like it's a good way to start. Look, you get this cute little, it's not ready yet. Hold, please. And look at how beautiful these eggs are, fresh eggs. So cruciferous vegetable, olive oil, and then you drink a cup of black coffee and you're all ready. Your liver's going, ooh, ooh, ooh. Hey, Jamira. If you need inspiration as a woman or anybody, you got a kid, anybody that suffers anything and you love inspiring, words. I love Jamira's content. She's always got some kind of inspiring thing for the trauma-filled heart. Right? It's good. I enjoy her content. It's always like a thinking, but in a good way. Like, yes, I feel that. I'm gonna put this more to the center so it cooks a little bit quicker. But yeah, these are like little egg pancakes. If you don't want cauliflower, you could do, somebody said broccoli. Yeah, I think your content speaks to, especially like, I'm older. I get all of what you talk about, and it's a good reminder. But I think that 20-something, 30-something-year-old also, needs to hear it. Look how pretty these are. Super cute, little egg pancakes. You know, if you wanted to sprinkle cheese, you could, but cheese is not really good for your liver, so I would leave that out. You could do, what you could do is like a nice salsa, a chimichurri, which is herbal, right? You know, think outside the box just a little bit. You know? If you wanted to add a little turmeric, if you love black pepper, then add the pinch of turmeric, you know, because now if you're already doing the black pepper, it's going to deliver the curcumin that you need. That's going to help inflammation. So this becomes not only delicious, but it also becomes a really good sort of healing morning meal. Pair this with like blueberries and strawberries, and you have a powerhouse of healing, and it's tasty too. Right? This is a great little breakfast. My coworker, she worked with us for a while. She showed me this recipe, and I often make it with Paula and Nellie because they love it. And it's just a little, like you said, it's just something different, you know? It's just a little different. All right, fatty fish. Remember, it's salmon, sardines, mackerel, herring, anchovies. I won't eat any of those. I'll just eat salmon. That's me. They're rich sources of omega-3 fatty acids, and you want to get at least 3 servings in, right? Hey, Lauren. Yeah, they're simple, Cass, and they just, you know, it's a different way and it's healing, but you're not thinking about the healing. You're just having a yummy breakfast. Remember, no bread, a black cup of coffee, no sugar. You know, if you are dealing with any type of liver issue at all, this is a really good way to start your morning. Look. So pretty, really delicious. Again, put a little fresh salsa on here, a little, what else? I don't eat any bread as it is, so it's good. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, at this point, me neither. So I can't do it either. I'm with you. All right, let me move this out of the way. We'll keep going, and as we have other ideas, as we talk, I will, make other food today. All right. Let me just clean this up. Remember, if you guys are here for the first time, I'm Chef Liz. I've been cooking organic whole foods for 40 years. And for the past 22 years, I've been working at Nature's Temptations. We're a health food store in Ridgefield, Connecticut. And I came on here it's almost my anniversary, 2 years. I came on social media and started teaching what I know, the organic food movement. You could get a cool shirt or a cup, you're in it. What do you think about growing microgreens? I think anything that you can grow that's a vegetable is the best idea. You can do your own sprouting, microgreens. Yeah, vegetables. Uh-oh, I got the puzzle piece. Hold on, I gotta climb on my chair. Oh, I missed it. Hold on, guys. Oh, I'm sliding. That's so weird. Okay, hold on. Oh. Okay, so ridiculous. Hi. All right, these are delicious. Look at how, let me show you. I would eat these with a little bit of like a salsa, or a chimichurri even you could do, or like a basil salsa, or, if you have zucchini flowers, you could add them to this. You could do anything, but I just like it because it's just a little something different. Cilantro, olive oil, you get the crunch of the soft crunch of the cauliflower. Wait, I missed what you said, Cass. Hold on.
was the 80s as amazing as people say? Why, can you tell I grew up in the 80s? The 80s were crazy. I was in college in the 80s. I was out of my mind. But yes, the 70s were even better. The only thing I missed about bread is peanut butter and jelly every once in a while. Me too, but you know what? I'm over it. Thank you, Jamira. Ooh, level 7. Welcome in. Hi, Vita Ipon. How are ya? Hi, Kara. Super fan Patricia. Patricia keeps tapping herself out. You guys got to help Patricia because she's tapping so much that she keeps jumping out. I'm over it because I just topped a banana with it. Yeah, that works too. I love this, love this, love this. It's so good. It's so healthy. It tastes fresh. You could add, any type. For me, I'm a sauce girl, so I want some kind of sauce on this. I'm going to do chimichurri, a basil verde, salsa verde with basil. I'm going to do anything like that. And it really, it just adds to your vegetable. I love, love, love the crunch. All right. Let me show you. I want to show you something else. Hold on, I'm coming. For my people who can't eat brown rice cereal, I want to show, for my people that can't eat oats, here's another good version to get your whole grains in. And you could actually grind brown rice yourself. Like when my daughter was an infant, she had so many problems with her gut at birth. And don't ask me why, because I'm not allowed to talk about it. But and only because this doesn't like it. But I ground brown rice up, like literally ground it, pulverized it, and then with breast milk we would make cereal with it. And now Bob's Red Mill does the brown rice. It's gluten-free, a hot cereal mix. I don't know if you guys have used this, but it's wonderful. And you can just make it on the stovetop. But let me show you. This is another great. Hold on. And this one I would use a little bit of. That's a little hot. Ouch. I would use I'm going to use cashew milk for this and almond milk. First, I'm going to start with water. And then I'm going to put goji berries, a little bit of chia seed in here, a little ground flax, and create a beautiful cereal. My daughter's coming back. The only other thing I'm going to add to this today is a little cinnamon and not brown sugar, but maple sugar. Not necessarily in the top 10 foods, obviously, but do I have any of my mods here today? I don't know. Let me see if Pri, you're here. Can you take care of our friend there? He just jumped in. Thank you. Good morning. Morning, Pri. I have a new angle, so it's a little weird. But would you guys like to see that breakfast cereal? Even though it's not, I wouldn't use a lot of maple sugar. You could use coconut sugar or monk fruit sugar for this as well. But I just think it's a nice way to get in a grain without it just being, yes, please. Okay, perfect, Pittsburgh. Hold on, let me just get some maple sugar and the other ingredient. I'm going to use goji berry. I'm going to use ground flaxseed, and you can put nuts in this as well. That's another great thing. We're going to do some maple sugar. I've got this. Oh, wait, here's some hemp. That's a good protein source. Okay, so here, I'm going to show you. So this is a wonderful cereal for my people who don't want to eat oats. They can't eat them. Like I know sometimes my stomach can manage oats and sometimes it can't. It's very odd. Let me just see if I can grab, let me see, do I have flax in here? Oh, my flax is empty. All right, let me just see if I can find my flaxseed, because that for me is number one. You guys know how I love brown flax. But I might be able to find my boxes are empty. Okay, I don't see anything. I can make a flaxseed blend. All right, no problem. I don't have flax, but we'll use chia today. All right, so watch this. This is a great cereal. Let me move this out of the way. So, one day you have an egg dish, the next day you have your brown rice, and this is a good way to start your day with food that's really going to build you, right? A sausage egg McMuffin, a donut, a sugary coffee, that is not gonna help fatty liver or pretty much anything for that matter. So you want to make sure that when you're you're eating to heal, you want to make sure you have healing foods, right? So now let me show you the milks that I'm going to use for a cereal like this. Now, if you have nut allergies, or your kids have nut allergies, you're going to have to use like a brown rice or a coconut milk. But for my daughter, she can have nuts and stuff, so that's fine. Oh, let me show you the coconut milk. So Califia, hold on. Okay, so for Califia, I want you to see this. Califia has come out with coconut, almond, and one other one. I forget, but they're like 3 and 4 ingredients, no more guar gums to wreck your stomach, which I'm so grateful for, because, the less gums, the better. I have a question. All right, hold on, let me see. What rice is healthier, brown, black, or jasmine? So short grain brown rice is sort of deemed by the health food gurus to be the healthiest. However, I want to say something about that. Short grain brown rice, for me, out of any of the rices besides wild rice you have to treat this way as well. You have to cook wild rice till the shell is completely popped open. And you know what? I'm going to write this down, because I think it really bodes to have its own video or own sort of segment, because when you cook short grain brown rice, if you don't break the entire hull down, and it almost gives like a mushy texture, a lot of people have a hard time digesting it. So when that happens, I say to people, well, how about a white jasmine or a brown jasmine, brown basmati? Now, we use a lot of white jasmine rice in this house, only because it's my daughter's favorite and it doesn't hurt her gut. And she, you know what I mean? Like we use it for those reasons, and she's young, so she can have it. For people that are sensitive to grain, I would stick with the browns, a brown rice, a black jasmine, something like that. Those are going to be super whole grain, but you must cook them longer with more water. Did I get it? Can you talk a little bit about coconut sugar and artificial sweeteners? Yes, I can. In fact, in the recipe vault, there is a whole thing on sweeteners and a chart that you can download. And I believe I made the chart as a free download. I have to look at that, but I think the chart's a free download. You have to check. I think it is. I'm not positive, but it might be. But with that, let's start here. And as we talk about sweeteners, great. I also like Three Trees organic almond. It's unsweetened. It's actually the closest I've ever found to fresh almond milk. They have those nut milk makers. Those are great. But if you are in a bind, this milk is fabulous. I know they used to have a black pistachio, but I always use it's my favorite. I love this milk. It froths really beautiful when you want to make a latte or a cappuccino. You get a nice foam out of this, which is also great. And then the other milk I use, the other brand I love is Elmhurst. Now, Elmhurst is not organic, but they have been making nut milks for a gazillion years. They don't add any nonsense. It's water and the nut. That's it. It's in a box. I love this company. They have every nut milk you can imagine, and it's just delicious. And I like that they do them unsweetened. It's pure. You can do whatever. So for people who can eat nuts, these 3 brands do the best version. 2 are organic, 1 is not, but I love them. You know, I love using this cashew milk. It's great for baking. It's great for vegan sauces. It makes a great, vegan cheese sauce, all those things. So for the brown cereal, we're gonna make, 1 serving is a 1/4 cup, but I'm gonna make a cup. It's gonna make a butt ton of cereal. Let's do a 1/2 cup because otherwise it's too much cereal. But this is wonderful. So we're gonna start with a 1/2 cup of the brown rice. And again, if you have a grinder or you have a really good blender like a Vitamix or something like that, or that the Ninja one, you could just grind your own rice. You don't have to do it like this. In fact, for it's also farina. I got to do my farina cake with this. I have a Greek from my aunties in the neighborhood when I was little. They gave my mom a farina cake recipe. It's probably one of my all-time favorite desserts, and I can't handle farina, and neither can my kid. So I make it with this. Now, if you want to do this organic, you can easily grind up organic short grain brown rice and do these things. Usually that's what I do, but when I found this bag, I was like, I don't have to do the extra step, and I love it. I love farina. Yeah, but I can't eat the farina anymore, so it works exactly the same way, and it's made with brown rice. Ouch. So, that's crazy. I just had, okay, anyway, whatever. I'm not gonna worry about that. Okay, so with this, you're gonna do a 1/2 cup. A 1/2 cup of cereal, and you're gonna put in 1.5 cups of water or liquid. So this is what I do. I add my 1.5 cups of water here. I cook the cereal, and then I add my milks later because I like it a little creamy. So I'm gonna show you exactly how I make this happen. So we're gonna do 1.5 cups of water. Let me see if I have my measuring cup. Of course I don't. I can never find my measuring cups. They're the one thing, they're the 10 things that winds up all over my kitchen in different places. Drives me crazy, but I'm not complaining because I have a wonderful husband who helps me so much. Okay, so that's it. Just a little bit of water. Now, we're gonna let this cook before we do anything else. And while it's cooking, we're gonna continue talking about the top 10 foods, okay? Hi, Kimberly, welcome in. Hi, Robin. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have goals. If you guys can pin for me because I can't reach it, like you could pin the join the movement, my services, all the goals and stuff. I would love that today. I'm trying a new, what do you call it? Setup so that when the replays happen, you guys can see them rather than just words. I'm hoping it works. All right, so look, I'm just gonna make sure this is stirring. And then the other thing I'm gonna do is add a little salt. If you don't wanna put the salt in, you don't have to. You know I cook with salt. People come to the store and they're like, I need salt-free. And all I say, I have it on repeat. I cook with salt. Click, I cook with salt. But I cook with with real salt, which is a mineral-based salt. So I love that. Okay, so now we're gonna let this simmer, and then I'm gonna add my ingredients. So what I have here is I have some hemp seed. Let's make a little dish. Hemp seed is gonna give us some extra protein to our dish, okay? Which we want. And you could do a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons. It doesn't really change the flavor, in my opinion, to a cereal like this, but I like to have it because it really, it's a really good source of plant-based protein, and it gives you, that little extra. Ooh, look, don't have a lot of goji berries left, but you don't need a lot. But I love having the goji berries in there, phytonutrients, all kinds of good stuff, right? And then a little chia. I'm gonna use white chia. I don't want the black. I'm gonna do about a tablespoon, right? We're gonna put those in shortly. And then I'm gonna do for this, I'm gonna start with a couple of tablespoons of maple sugar. You can leave this out if you don't wanna have the sugar, especially if you're supporting your liver. But maple sugar, now, talking about sugars and sweeteners, this is just about 2 tablespoons. So, for me, I like the monk fruit because it mimics sort of, brown sugar. It smells like brown sugar. It smells like brown sugar and maple sugar, had a kid. It marries the flavor. Okay, this is sticking a little, so I'm going to slow this roll down. And then look, see how quick it cooks? You're going to let that simmer. And then also coconut sugar, also really good. It doesn't move your blood sugar the way that a maple sugar will. Or we're going to add this. We're going to add our gojis. Then we're going to add our hemp. And then we're going to add our chia. Now, I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of that. Now, you see it's getting a little thick. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just add a little bit, probably that's like between 1/8 and 1/3 of a cup of, it's like a little bit like 1/8 and 1/16. And look at that. Look at how beautiful that is. That farina kind of cereal. This is a great cereal to feed your kids. I got a fried egg. Was that a fried egg? Thank you, June. Sunny side up. Love that. Thank you. This is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful farina cereal. Besides the maple sugar, and you could use, if you want, if you want to, you could use a little. Here's another thing you can add to this. I forgot. I don't know what I'm thinking. We're gonna add vanilla and our cinnamon. Now I'm going to take this down a little bit because see, it almost cooks like polenta, So I'm going to add 1/8 of a teaspoon of cinnamon, and then look, I'm going to add a tiny pinch of nutmeg. If you love nutmeg, it's just a pinch, like literally a pinch, because the brown rice has a subtle, and then a little bit like a teaspoon or a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla. Now, keep in mind, right? Vanilla is suspended in alcohol. So if you are doing anything with the liver, which is what we're doing here, you could use a vanilla powder, or I would use the vanilla powder. All right? Because you don't want to obviously you don't want alcohol. And then, hold on, I'm going to add a little almond milk. There you go. Now, a little cinnamon, a little vanilla, and a little sugar is going to give you the sweetness and the comforting mix of this cereal without having white or brown sugar in here. And that's what you're looking for, because you're looking to you're looking to give your liver a little rest, right? But look at that beautiful cereal. And this, what I love about this now, again, I used a little bit of both, but I like this a little creamier. So I just keep adding. That's almond milk. There you go. And then I warm it up. Good fiber, potassium. You got a good one here. Let's talk about, so this is oats, quinoa, brown rice, barley, buckwheat, whole grain pasta, all offer fiber and B vitamins, high B vitamins, which is great. Why does this work? It stabilizes your blood sugar. It's a great way to start your day. Now, if you wanted to have this for breakfast, what I would do, I'd have a little berries in the morning. Just, have, a little, like half a cup of berries, blueberries maybe. About 15 minutes later, I'd have my eggs. And then if you wanted to the next day, you could have your berries, and then you could eat your farina the day after. So you have 2 breakfasts here that are perfect for supporting your liver. Protein, fiber, B vitamins, you got everything you need. If you're going to use vanilla, I want you to use vanilla powder so that you're not getting the alcohol. I'm going to add the rest of the sugar only because I know my kid is coming for breakfast. She's going to be home and crazy hungry, and she's going to want the maple sugar. But this is a great dish also for your kids. Remember, we added hemp, which is a really good source of protein, plant-based protein, and we added chia seed, which you're going to get the fiber, the omega-3s. Like, this is a powerhouse cereal. Hi, Felicia. What is the texture? Is it fine like farina? Yep, it's exactly like farina. Exactly like it. And then I added some goji berry for a little sweet, which is, phytonutrients, polyphenols, not polyphenols, what's the other one? Anthocyanins. All those micronutrients are really important. And then, Patricia, the longer you cook it, the creamier it'll become. And it has like a little texture to it. So it works. All right, now that little bit of cinnamon and the pinch of nutmeg too really brings it out. I need to try this. Sounds good. Yeah, it's delicious because it's just different. And if you have a problem with oats, like a lot of people, even if they're gluten-free, it's really hard to eat the oats. I don't know why. They're just hard on the digestive system. So to have a little bit of farina, this is great. And it's brown rice farina, which is great. So now you're not getting any wheat. So my gluten-free peeps, you're all in. I used to make this for my daughter. This was her cereal with breast milk. That's what she grew up on. Crazy, right? I was a real hippie mama. We had a diaper service. I nursed my kid till she was 3. I was a hippie mama. We did diapers, and then my mom and my husband had a total mutiny at one point. We only used diapers if we were going out for the day, but when she was home, we had a cloth diapers, and that was it. Total mutiny. I don't know when, around, well, she was toilet trained by 2, so I don't know, maybe around 15 months, 14 months. Like in the home stretch, they were like, we're done. I was like, all right. All right, look at this. This is nice. Now, again, you can do, if you need a better texture than this, if you like it creamier or a little soupier, you could add a little bit more milk, but I would save that for the reheat, right? Because this is going to get nice and thick anyway. It's almost like you're cooking polenta. It's the same kind of experience, if you will, cooking experience. But this is a great alternative, and it's very liver supporting. All right, legumes and beans, we talked about. Nuts and seeds, we talked about. Whole grains, leafy greens, really important, especially the bitter greens. Spinach, kale, arugula, Swiss chard, collards, escarole, the chicories, the chicory family, because the bitter greens are really what you're looking for. Very packed with chlorophyll, folate, and antioxidants. And why does that work? So I gave you the why for everyone on the top 10 list. That way you have it and you understand, because I know I'm the why person. If I don't understand why I have to do something, I'm not doing it. Plain and simple. You got to tell me the why. So why does it work? Greens support your detoxification pathways, and it supplies the essential micronutrients you need. So how does it work? How can you use them? You can blend them in smoothies. You can saute them with garlic and your olive oil, right? Or you can build them as a salad base. I would build a salad base with chicories, endive, radicchio, castle. What is that one called? The castle one? I forget the name. We cooked with it a couple of weeks ago. Arugula, all of the bitters. You could do as salad greens, and then like your collards. We have a collard slaw recipe with beets, really good. Carrots, it's raw with a lemon vinaigrette. That's in the recipe vault. It's a great salad to eat to support your liver. Let's say berries. Blueberries, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, rich in anthocyanins and vitamin C. Why is this important? Because it reduces oxidative stress and inflammation right at the level of the liver cell. It's cellular healing. With the caveat that you are using organic berries. If you are eating pesticide-ridden fruits and vegetables, you are not helping your liver, so forget it. Sorry, it's I wouldn't say forget it. That's kind of a little bit over the top, but you get my point. You get my point. If you guys have any questions, you want to ask them in the comments, I'm here to help. Garlic and onions. Garlic and onions, leeks, shallots, they carry a sulfur compound that supports the liver's natural detoxification pathway. The sulfur compound activates the enzymes your liver uses to eliminate toxins. So you can add 2 to 3 cloves of garlic and a half an onion every day, and you're just going to support your liver, raw or cooked. So, make your onions, your caramelized onions with olive oil. But be careful, they'll fry, so you want to be careful. So this is finished. Look at that. Look at that beautiful cereal. It's a lovely cereal for your kids. Start them out right for the day. You want your kids to learn all day in school and have a good breakfast if they're not egg kids, or some kids are sensitive to eggs when they're growing up. This cereal is delicious. And if you get them, some kids might not deal with the texture. That's something you got to check into. But if they don't have a texture issue, this is a wonderful cereal. And I'll show you how I would do this. if you were making it for yourself too, hold on, I'm gonna get a bowl. You know, the chef in me wants to show you presentation, right? So if we put this in a bowl, I would get some like chopped pumpkin seed and I would put some hemp on top. And then for my daughter, I am sprinkling a little maple sugar because she is gonna love that. See, look. And if you are, so I would do here I have, right off the bat, I had I have some little crumbs of pecan. Look at that, a little pecan crumb. And I'm gonna add a little hemp seed on the very top. And then I'll add just a little bit more maple sugar because, you know, kids love to see that sugar on the top of their cereal. If you want to use coconut sugar, go right ahead if that's what you're used to, or a monk fruit sweetener, that's what you're used to. Now, I would check for a type 1 diabetic child. You might get away with doing something like this if you take the sugar out, maybe a monk fruit, a smaller amount, like a quarter cup. I would, you know, I'd have to know the macros on a child, like what they were using, but to eat a brown sugar like this with a Ceylon cinnamon, you could do a little sprinkle on top. Look, I made you a cereal that you love. Your cereal? I didn't make the crepes. I'm not in a crepe zone yet, but I made this, that cereal that you like.
Thank you.
You might need, here, come here, try.
I just got it on the work
All right. We'll put this over here. And I made a cauliflower egg is.
Yum.
She's so good. Here, come and eat.
I got you, Mom. I'm trying to do stuff.
Look at that. Some breakfast. A liver supportive breakfast. Here, try that. You might need a little bit more maple sugar. Here. All right. Garlic and onion. All right, we got to that. So foods to limit or avoid. If you are,
Thank you.
you're welcome. Try it. I think you're gonna like it.
Just great. Thank you.
You like it?
Mhm.
Of course.
It's like a bowl of sugar.
It's like a bowl of sugar. Try the eggs. I think you might like them. They're cauliflower with cilantro. Just taste it. See if you like it. Just give it a little bite. A little bite. I'm getting the stink eye. What? It's true. You have the stink eye.
They're cold warm.
You want me
I
to
like
warm
them
them?
with goat cheese.
Oh, all right. I understand. Okay. Alcohol, no go. Be careful of alcohol in food, right? If it burns off, different because you're not getting the alcohol. It burns off, you're just getting the flavor. But like the suspended things like this, I would tread lightly on. Eat any little bit of alcohol. Is maple sugar healthier for you than coconut sugar? No, I don't think so. She said it's a bowl of sugar. No, she added the bowl of sugar, Robin. I didn't give her enough sugar, so she added more. But she got a nice bowl. It's not better than, I think, if you're in terms of healthier, I think you're better off with coconut sugar, you know, but maple sugar, I mean, Izzy doesn't have a true blood sugar kind of issue, so for her to have a little bit of maple sugar in that is going to be fine. It's good, right?
Yeah.
Sugary drinks and foods. soda, sweetened coffee drinks, candy, desserts spike the blood sugar and the insulin, which directly promotes fat storage. Do you hear that? Storage in the liver. So any type of sugary drink, those big giant grande iced caramel latte, sugary whipped cream, those drinks are like 600-700 calories of sugar and insulin resistance producing crumble dirty soda. I don't even know what that is, but my daughter, it's like a 700,000 calorie drink, and it's just all sugar. That's producing fat on your liver. It goes right there. So watch especially for high fructose corn syrup and added sugars. You want to avoid those at all costs. And then refined carbohydrates, a white bread, a white rice, regular pastas. I personally, there is no pasta on the planet. I don't care if they tell you whole grain I think it's all a mystical myth. Those are not going to work. I would avoid them. I would be doing quinoa and hooey, good word. Fried and ultra processed foods, French fries, fried chicken, chips, fast food. You got to avoid that. If you're getting diagnosed with liver issues or your high liver enzymes, I can't do sugar and high carb stuff and gluten intolerant. Miss baking. April, welcome to my world. I have a couple of really nice recipes for you in the vault for gluten-free, but there's some really good gluten-free bakers out there, like the Loopy Whisk. I love her. I've made a few of her recipes, and I think they're wonderful. She's more on IG than here, but I like her stuff, and she has cookbooks and stuff. Also, who did a really good book? A really good cookbook for baking gluten-free? Wait, hold on. It's in my other cookbook library. I'm going to show you. America's Test Kitchen. Did it? Of course, I can't find it, but we can talk about it. But America's Test Kitchen did a gluten-free baking book that is phenomenal. It's huge. It's like the Bible of gluten-free, and they show you how they talk you through a recipe. So try that. Oh, and you love America's Test Kitchen. I have tons of their books. Yeah. So they did one that's gluten-free. I don't know where it is. It's always in my library, right in front of my face. But of course, today I can't find it because I want it. But I don't know why I can't find it, but whatever. Where is it? Vegetables, starches, couscous, I don't know. So it's somewhere. As soon as I get off, I'm going to see it. But it's a gluten-free book, and it's fabulous. I've used that a lot. It's got great recipes in it. You're welcome, April. You're welcome. What do we have there? Oh, we don't have a lot of, our goal is good. We can easily accomplish this goal. Let's go. Come on, my goal people. Let's do it. All right, now, fried ultra processed. We got that. Red and processed meats. Beef, pork, bacon, sausage, deli meats. Thank you. Deli meats. They all run high in saturated fat, and they're linked to inflammation. So remember, forget about sometimes, calories are not the important thing. You got to think about how is it affecting your body? If it's inflammatory, if you get a warm feeling in your joints a little bit after you eat something, or your joints feel warm a lot and they hurt or they ache, and you're constantly doing stuff like this, you're eating something that's not working, and you got to figure it out, because those are the things that are going to make you cause inflammation. Your insulin's going to go awry too, like all of those things. And then before you know it, the doctor's like, hey, your liver enzymes are up. Hey, you got a little fattiness on your liver. Hey, Cass. So just be careful. And then full fat dairy, whole milk, cheese, cream, ice cream, they carry a heavy saturated fat load. I am, instead of saying find low fat or fake or, I'm not a fan of that. So to me, I would do plant-based or skip it. If you're going to have a little ricotta cheese once in a while, but while you're in this mode of healing your liver, I would just avoid dairy. That would be my recommendation. Yes, thank you so much. Love that little fried egg. All right, let's see. Let me see how many gift goals we got left. Oh, we got a few. Let's go. We can do it. We can do it. We can do it. Be careful with plant yogurt too. They contain added saturated fats usually. Yeah, I'm not into it. Going to take me to thank me. Okay. Thank you. All right. Full fat dairy. Okay. And then processed snacks, chips, cookies. I would bake a cookie. If you want a cookie, bake it. Right? And keep this in mind, right? If you were going to bake cookies, put a teaspoon of chia in there. Put a teaspoon of like a little, what do you call it? Like in a chocolate chip or an oatmeal cookie. Bake it yourself. Use fresh and real ingredients. If you can't stay away from it, it's better to bake something that's clean and fresh than to bake it with almond flour. Almond flour chocolate chip cookies are delish. That's the word. Thank you, Robin. Flaxseed. Add a little flaxseed in it. It's not going to change the flavor, and you're getting something healthy in there. You're hiding a little something good for yourself. Nuts, seed, fruits, and vegetables with hummus satisfy the same craving without the burden on your liver. Okay, so keep that in mind. So let's talk about some things that you can do on a daily basis that are going to support your liver, like a morning liver tonic. When you wake up in the morning, you're going to do 8 to 10 ounces of like warm water. What is warm water? Warm water is like above your body temperature, 100 degrees. If we're 98 or 96 or 97, do 100 degree tepid water. You just want a little tepid water. And what you're going to do, 8 to 10 ounces. This is before anything else. Now remember, we're healing here, right? This is kitchen pharmacy. Is it a good thing to do for everybody? Sure it is. But if you are suffering or you've got all these words about your liver's enzymes are up, if you're an ice cream eater every day, that's going to be fine in your 20s. But when you get a little older, you have limited time to play that game. So now you're going to take 8 to 10 ounces of water, right? If you're only using filtered water, you could warm it on the stove. Just get it to 100 degrees, 99 degrees. It doesn't have to be hot. We're not talking hot. We're just talking tepid. And then you're going to juice a half a lemon. I'm just poking the seeds out. Look, I'm just doing this. I'm just taking a fork and I'm just popping the seeds out so I don't have to drink them. I mean, some are going to get in. I don't care. All right. So I'm going to juice it here. And then I'm just sticking my fork in here and juicing the lemon. Right? We're just juicing lemon. You need a whole juicer and all the drama. If that's the easier way for you, fine. But you can easily do it. So all I'm doing is I'm sticking my fork in to the lemon and I'm squishing it. And then I'm just moving my fork like this. Old school, super old school. I'm just going to pour this in. You don't need this. I'm just doing it because I don't want to get the seeds in, but you're going to pour that in. if you're sluggish, if your gut's sluggish, if you're, you know, if you can tolerate the lemon, it's wonderful. Then, if you can handle it, you can slice in some ginger, or you can zest it in. Or if you guys remember the other day when we made that nice warm tea, you could do that as well. All right, hold on. I'm just gonna use my. There we go. You can slice it, or you can just do this. I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna just zest a little bit. Okay, if I was a zester, where would I have been put? Mr. Zester, sing me a song. I don't know where they put it, so I'm gonna just thin slice it. You guys see that? Hi, Robin. Hi, Lauren. We're doing fatty liver today. Did you hear the list? I'm doing mast cell and FODMAP at the end of the month. Next week we're doing cortisol. We're talking cortisol. We got goals. Good morning. All right, I'm just gonna throw this in. Let it steep. This is what I would do. Now, oops. You know, you make a little. Now, if you wanted to, you could warm your water up. You could steep that a little bit, and then you could drain it into your little teapot. Remember our little teapot that we had? Look. That way you're not drinking your ginger if that freaks you out. And all I'm doing is a little warm water with the lemon, right? Let that steep for like 5 minutes. If you wanted to, you could put a pinch of ginger with some black pepper. And then you have this beautiful drink that starts your day. A morning liver tonic. Hydration paired with gentle bitters and polyphenols is what we're doing right here, is a simple way to wake up the bile flow and digestion before your first real meal of the day. So before you eat your breakfast, before you eat your eggs, you could just warm this on the stove as you're getting ready, warm a little water, 100 degrees. It's what you get out of your tap. And then you take this, I'm not gonna do the pepper or the cayenne. I really should, I would probably like it. I'll do it with you. Let me see if I can find it. Turmeric and my black pepper. Where are you? Oh, I think I have it here. Here, we'll do this pepper. Little black pepper. That's it. And a pinch of turmeric. There you go. It's just gonna sit in here. Wish I could show you that. Maybe I can. You see, it's just kind of, it's in the basket. Right? Now, if your blood sugar can tolerate it, you could drizzle a little Manuka honey on this, and it's a powerhouse tonic. Super simple. What is the benefit of the water being warm? The warm water gently add so it actually wakes up the bile. That's what you're looking to do. That warm water just kind of wakes up your whole system. Try it. You'll actually experience it. You can actually feel it happen. All right, and then when it's ready, you're just gonna, and then you have this little warm tonic. So the warm water is like 2 degrees higher than your body temp. It's enough. It just is going to wake it up. And you'll feel your body, you'll feel it. You do that for a week. Did that say Crystal? If you do that for a week, even 3 or 4 days, especially if you've never done it before, your body responds so quickly to something like this that you're like, what just happened? And the bile starts to work again, right? Your body wakes up, you start digesting things more. Like I can feel that sip just working immediately. It sounds crazy till you try it. I have been using my juicer and juicing all of this. Should I go to warm water inside of cold shots? Crystal, it depends. Like you only need to do the warmness in the morning. It just wakes up your digestive system and your bile flow. And then you can go to cold shots. You can do it in your juicer. Make sure you're using organic produce. I always say that. People say, oh, there's no difference. But there is, because all you're doing is adding pesticide to an already overloaded liver. So that toxic burden is not helping. So just keep that in mind, okay? Thanks for all the follows today, guys. I really appreciate it. Don't forget to drop your hearts and do all the things and start engaging. It really helps. If you're new to TikTok and you're just learning about engagement, that little white, that little orange heart, if you click that, that will tell you what you need to do for daily engagement points. And it really makes a difference to the algorithm that you're engaging in the lives. And especially if you want to become, do your own, you're not just watching. If you want to become a creator, those engagement points become crucial. I didn't know that. So I'm like behind, even though my lives have built my following, I'm missing that engagement piece that I didn't know about. So just keep that in mind. Liking, sharing, loving, doing the blessings, typing, all of those things, add, and then you do that, and then you start going live, and it just blows up your account, like in a good way, like your people start following you. Thanks for the follow, appreciate it. These are things I've learned over 2 years. Just saying, I don't know. All right, here's the next one, and this is a little controversial, so I'm actually going to just talk quickly about it, and then if you want to get the information, you can download the whole little mini ebook. It's about 20 pages, and you'll get recipes for your liver, all of those things. It's pretty good. I mean, I have over 50 Kitchen Pharmacy packet little mini ebooks in the recipe vault. It's $5 a month, less than a cup of coffee in a drive-through. But some of the stuff I can't really yap about because you get in trouble. Stupid, but that's the word. That's the world we live in. Okay, 2 humble habits, right? Little things. Olive oil. Measure out 4 tablespoons a day. This is if you have fatty liver disease, okay? This is for food and healing. This is what I'm talking about. Measure out 4 tablespoons. And that's going to be your fat for the day, right? Extra virgin olive oil, certified organic, single source if you can get it. And use this across cooking, dressings, finishings. Choose a cold press, dark bottle, single source. And then drink 1 to 3 cups. Robin, I can't believe I'm saying this. Robin's just gonna want to be diagnosed with fatty liver disease so she can get this pass. But 1 to 3 cups of coffee, black coffee, no sweeteners, no artificial milks, none of that nonsense. Straight up black coffee, and you could do it with non-caffeinated, decaffeinated coffee. And make sure it's organic or a really good quality coffee. And black or unsweetened decaf works beautifully. If it doesn't agree with you, it's a great thing to do. Both of those things, and we talked about them earlier. Why? Okay. Cruciferous and allium. 2 cups of chopped kale, broccoli, or cabbage. 2 to 3 cups of garlic, minced. a half an onion, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, lemon juice, a little real salt and parsley. So you warm that olive oil, and then you add the garlic in, the sliced garlic, for like 30 seconds. Remember how we reconstituted it on Friday morning? You're gonna take all of these things and you're gonna cook it like 5 to 7 minutes. That's it. And then you're gonna do salt, a little, of your pink salt or your mineral-based salt with lemon juice. You could even take that warm olive oil and lemon juice and massage it into the greens with your broccoli or kale. Remember how we did the cauliflower before, where we shaved it? I would do the same with the broccoli, and then you could do it all raw, or you can warm and cook it. Either way, that's gonna work. And that's a great thing to do 4 or 5 days a week. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah, it was really good. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. So, and then omega-3 and legumes every week. Fish, legumes, steady, sustained liver support, so important. 3 servings a week, so important. Yes, please. And then in chapter 6 of this book, you're going to get a ton of recipes for liver health. We didn't get to them today. Maybe we'll get to them tomorrow when we're baking cookies. But I have a lemon ginger turmeric morning tonic, which is similar to what we did here. A garlic and kale saute. There's a salmon with a lentil quinoa bowl. That's beautiful. Very simple, but delicious. Blueberry walnut oatmeal. And you could, like we did with the breakfast cereal this morning, you could add blueberries instead of goji berries. You could do that and use the brown rice in, and you could sub out the brown rice cereal for the oatmeal. So you get that. There's a chickpea, tomato, and cucumber salad. Ooh, do I have time to do that? Do we have a can of chickpeas in the back? In the pantry? Can you check that for me?
Oh, the target stuff.
Okay, perfect. All right, so let's look. Let me see. If I have a cucumber and I have a cucumber and I have a tomato. So we'll make that pretty quick. That's a great salad because I know my daughter will eat that too. Perfect. Thank you. I need that.
Come on, Thor.
So here's a quick salad that you can make. You got a breakfast. Here's a salad that you can make. I need garlic out of there, sweetheart, and a red onion. I think there's a red onion already.
Yeah, there's just the garlic.
Hot, right?
Yeah, I remember there was a. Here it is.
Okay, great. Thank you. Ooh, you're gonna love the salad for lunch, babe.
Excited.
All right. So I just striped this. This is a great, easy salad to make. If you're trying to take care of a family member that doesn't want to do anything for themselves, this is a good sneaky thing that they won't know you're making because you won't know they're making. They won't think it's healthy. They might just think it's just yummy. All right. I'm just going to dice this up. And I'm going to make the cucumber sort of, I'm going to make the cucumber sort of the same size as the chickpea. So everything sort of eats the same way, right? We're going to chop this up. You got a bowl there for me? A mixing bowl. I love a quick salad like this. Thank you. That's the perfect bowl. I'm going to put a little onion in here. If you don't like raw onion, don't eat it. You can leave it out. We are a raw onion family, so it works. So I'm going to just give this a dice also. I'm going to make this a little bit smaller. I'm going to cut that nice. And just dice it. Ooh, your sesame, please. Okay. And then we're gonna take the tomato. I have my little tomato knife. I love this knife. And then I'm just making this so that I'm taking a little of the seed out, not for any other reason that it's just falling out. And then I'm making this dice, and then we're gonna cut it and dice it. Look at this beautiful salad already. You see how fast you're getting the amount of vegetables you need in your diet without it being like, oh my God, how am I going to get these vegetables in? I don't like them, blah, blah. You know what I mean? You don't always have to have a lettuce salad, right? You can do this. Look at how beautiful and fresh this becomes. So I'm going to add this to our bowl. I am not using the sharp part of my knife because I don't want to scrape the board. I'm just pulling the vegetables in, right? So now we have this beautiful bowl of vegetables. And then what else is in here? A little parsley. If you're not using parsley yet, this is grown. I know that this is safe because of the grower that I bought this from. They are safety checking. We're getting all of that. This is, I believe, this is Coke Farms. All right. But if you have parsley at home, if you're growing your herbs, use those. You don't have to worry. All right. I am a big proponent of making herbs be big and beautiful. Now, the last other ingredient I want to add to this, even though I don't have it in here, I don't have it in the recipe. I love dill. I love anything with dill. But I just remember my kid does not, but I'm going to sneak in a little piece of dill just because I love that flavor. Oh, no, I'm not. That's a bummer. Those herbs are done. Never mind. All right. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is use my chickpeas. Now, my favorite canned beans are probably the most expensive in the market. I love Eden beans, love, 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 love them because they cook their beans. They don't add salt. They cook their beans with sea vegetables. So there's kombu seaweed in here, which adds minerals and saltiness, but not necessarily the high sodium that you would get from, it's only 2%. So it's like 50 milligrams of sodium in a half a cup. I don't know if that's a lot if you track your sodium, but it's a usable source. They're not adding salt. They're adding seaweed. All right, so I'm opening this. I'm going to rinse these beans. If I was cooking with them, I would keep the bean liquid. It's also a BPA-free can, which I love. We're going to, I'm just going to give these a quick rinse. There you go. I'm just rinsing it real quick. And then watch. This is a great, quick lunch salad. You know, you don't want to eat a lot at lunch, or you're not a big dinner eater and you want to eat light for dinner. Look at this beautiful salad. Now, here's what we're going to add to this. We're going to add some olive oil. Remember, we need 4 tablespoons for the day, so we're going to add a little bit of olive oil to this. I'm going to add my salt. I'm just going to salt the top. I missed my beans. I don't know if you noticed that, but I forgot this because I'm moving a little quick. Salt your beans before you put the fat on, because this, and I'm literally adding 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. This little flat spoon is like less than 1/8 of a teaspoon. It looks like I'm adding tons, but I'm not. So what I'm doing with this, I'm letting that absorb in. And then now I'm going to add my fat all the way, because that way, oh my God, look at this delicious, fresh. Now, for my gardeners out there, if you guys have your tomato, your cucumber, I know we're having trouble, you could, with the exception of the chickpeas, you could make this whole salad out of the garden, right? Whatever herbs you have, you can put, if you're growing dill, if you're growing basil, I would cut whatever, mint, I would cut whatever herb you are doing with a little parsley, I would add that right into this. All right, and then the last ingredient is the juice of a lemon. So we're gonna add this, and then I'm gonna add I'm gonna fortify it with a little bit of lemon juice. I'm just gonna pop out this one happens to have a lot of seeds, so let's do it like this. I don't know if you can see that, but let me turn it around. There you go. I'm just moving my fork through this and getting the lemon juice in there. But again, that lemon juice is going to support the bile production and, yep, eating beans. It's going to support the bile production and all the things. All right, and then I'm going to add a little bit more from my jar of lemon juice. You guys know I'm in love with this. And just a splash. But this is a great, quick, delicious salad that you can make out of your garden this summer, you know, that is very liver supportive. Look how quick and easy that was, right? So you have your morning tonic. All right, hold on. Let me just move all this stuff off of here. You can look at all the food that we made today, and everything, you know, is kid friendly. If you start your kids early eating these good, healthy foods, they're gonna have a better, healthier body, you know, cleaner lifestyle for them. It's a good base to support. All right, I'm just cleaning up so that you guys can see everything that we made today. All right. Let's move this here. This is my favorite part at the end of class, that we can see all our stuff. I know, right, Felicia? It makes such a difference when you know, little simple changes to your diet is really going to, you know, support your healing. That simple. All right, so we have our little lemon tonic for the morning, right? We have our eggs that we made, our cauliflower eggs to get our cruciferous vegetables in, right? We warmed them in our little teacup. We have our other cereal. Let me see if I can put this in a bowl for us. Hold on. Now, I want to show you this. Since it cooled down, this is why I say to you, you don't have to put all your milk in. You can make your base and then add milk as you reheat. Because otherwise it's just going to keep absorbing and you're not, you know, you're always going to have to add a little liquid. So this is really a good way to show that. Can you see that? Yes. All right, and then the last thing is our beautiful salad that we made. Let me get a bowl and we'll plate that, and you can see that too. Now, you can use this as a lunch salad. You could use this as, you know, a dinner side salad. You can just I don't know, you could eat it for a snack. There's so many ways that you can utilize this salad. And honestly, what I love about a salad like this is sometimes I'm not in the mood for a lettuce. Sometimes I'm, excuse me, oh my God, with the microphone, that must sound terrible. Sometimes I'm not in the mood for a lettuce salad, right? I love chickpeas, cucumbers, and tomato salad, my lunch today. Got to get rid of my cukes before my trip. Oh, but look at that. I mean, just simple little things you can do to support your liver, right? Very simple that you can add. So this is what it looks like when you're supporting your liver, eating clean. And honestly, I mean, just to eat this way, you never get to a point of not feeling healthy and you're eating good food. Now, you want to eat a piece of fish with this, a piece of grilled chicken with this, a fried egg. You know, I wouldn't eat red meat at the moment while you're trying to heal fatty liver disease, but this is just a really good sort of base to get yourself settled in. Now, you have in this packet more recipes. So there's, you know, like I always try and include snacks, dinners, everything. And then I gave you in this packet also a 7-day meal plan. Not necessarily, they're more like different. Like here I did like celery sticks with almond butter as a snack, baked chicken breast with roasted sweet potato and broccoli. I want you to be able to decide, like, do I want steamed broccoli? Do I want chopped broccoli? Do I want, you know, I want you to make those decisions for yourself. It's not really going to matter too much. If you stay within the seasoning sort of pile and cooking method, you can do it. You can do it. So you have that 7-day breakfast, lunch, dinner kind of thing. I can, if you want, before I post this, I can break this into recipes so that you have it. And then there's like a shopping guide I put in. There's kitchen herbs and supplements that you can read through that are fabulous. So if you're in the recipe vault, you'll have all of these herbs and supplements that support the liver. And then I gave you sort of a toolkit, if you will. A list of things that you can do on a regular basis to support your liver and start to begin to heal. So these are all the things that are in here. There's a habit tracker, like how are you doing? What are you doing to reduce toxin exposure? All here. So for $5 a month, the price of a drive-through coffee, you have this and about 40 other Kitchen Pharmacy packets plus 600 recipes plus kitchen hacks. So it's a good place. It's a good place to spend your money. And then you got it all. You're in. Oh, another wonderful Kitchen Pharmacy class for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, my friends. Thank you for being here today. You can find me. Can somebody post the join the food movement for me? Can you just put that up for me, please? Best $5 ever, honestly, June. And I'm, over the by the end of August, thank you. By the end of August, I should have the list of recipes outside of every sort of class that we've done, so that you don't have to download. And what's great about the recipe vault too, not only do you have, thank you so much. We only have that little goal if we can crush it before we leave today. Yippee! Thank you, Summer Sun. Thank you, June. What was I saying? Oh, there's a lot of freebies in there. LINK and the BIO. Go there and see my friend Stan, and he has a lot of downloadable freebie things like a premium pantry makeover. There's a GLP-1 support. There's Vital Sips. I know somebody was in here talking about juicing the little Vital shots. You can do those. Thank you so much. Cheers. Cheers. So You have all of those tools there for you. Don't forget to, do all the things to stay in touch. Join us on the Book of Face. That's where you'll get the schedule. I have my schedule up all the time. So every month, and then this whole side is all the classes, the class times, what we're doing. So you'll be able to jump in and check us out. Yippee! I know, Robin, so helpful. And look, you can drink as much coffee as you want now to keep your liver strong. Who knew? Thank you for my good morning. Guys, if you can help June, look at, she crushed this big goal. Let me see. I can't post the goals, I'm too far away. But I do. Do you guys like this camera angle better? I kind of like it. But I can't reach you to like set goals and stuff. Do you like the camera angle better? Is it better, or do you seem more far away? I just feel like now you're going to be able to see the thank you. I'm standing on a step stool. I kind of like it up here. All right, my friends, have a wonderful day. Wait, let me say goodbye to Tess over here. Have a wonderful day. Thank you all for sticking around. I wish I got to meet you, whoever's watching over here. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Ryder. I'm so glad that you came by today. I will see you again soon. Tomorrow night, we will be cooking. I think we're baking cookies. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for being here. Thank you all for being here. Have a wonderful day. I love that you stopped by. Hi, everybody. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Thank you, Patricia. I will see you guys all. Did we do it? We did it. Love you. Hold on, let me see if we can do this last thing here. We'll do our corgis in our gift gallery. I'm climbing on chairs. I'm doing all kinds of things to make this work for you guys. I don't know. Do you guys like this? I think this way because I'm noticing every time I post a video, it's like every time I post a video, what's that cool thing? Hello. Beautiful rest of your day. What was that? Heart? Sent heart my earth thing. Love that, June. Thank you. Every time I post a video, all the words, everything is blocked. So I thought maybe if I did this, it's going to be different. But I don't know because I'm all the way up here and maybe it needed to go down lower. I don't know. I'm trying anything. But I can't see you guys. So I need to I guess I'm going to have to see if I can get the studio on here. That will allow me to go live. Let me see while you guys are here. Hold on. Let me see if I can log in while we're doing this. Do you guys mind? Let me see. Okay, here's TikTok Studio. No, that's not it. Does anybody know, like when you go live to have another account, does it have to be a different name account? How do you do that? How can I be on another phone? Do you guys know? Yes. It got to be different. It does? Cow napping? I miss the cow napping. Hi, Mimi. Do you have a second page? No. I think you have to have a different name account. Yeah, I don't have that. I can barely handle this one. Cow napping, I saw it. I don't know. I didn't see a cow, but I saw it come up with cow napping again. Thank you. I gotta learn. I have to learn because I don't think this is gonna work because this is at the bottom of the screen. I think if I move, like it was earlier today, it was moved down. Let me see something. Hold on. You guys are helping me right now. I hope you don't mind. If I do this, hold on. Oh, let me see. Sorry if I yelled. Oh, that popped out. All right, let me see. See if I do it like this, but then you have you have the counter, but then this might actually work better, but I just can't reach you. So you guys would have to, can you guys post gifts and goals? My people, can you, my mods, can you post, let me see this. I think that I need the bottom. Oh, see, you can do that, but can you post goals? See, I think if I did this, I just can't touch anything. Thank you, my loves. Thank you for whatever you just did. My problem is I can read it. You can't. So I can read it, but I can't reach it. I can just say, hey, go up there or go here. I can do that kind of stuff, but I can't pin. But that's not a bad, I mean, it looks weird, but what that will do is actually when I go to post videos, instead of you just seeing my face talking, now you'll see this. There's got to be a way for me to be able to do that. It's more practical. Oh, what? This way? You like this? I can read the comments if I go in. Use a stylus to reach it. Oh my God, that's so funny. That's not a bad idea. Like a poking stick. Let me see if I could do that. Hold on. Let's see if I can actually do that. I'm going to go get a poking stick. Hold on. A stylus. Let me see. Hold on. I'm looking. Thank you guys for sticking around for a minute. All right, let me see. I wonder if that will work. If I go, okay, here we go. No, it doesn't work. It might have to be something that you can use on your phone though. Yeah, it doesn't work. It doesn't. I got the little rubber top, but it doesn't work. Problem is that you aren't able to answer comments. No, I can see comments. The only thing I can't do at this, I can see the comments. I just have to lean in just a little bit. Like the problem is that I can see it, but not as easily. That's the issue. Not as easily. Darn it. Arms ain't long enough. Darn it. I have that problem too. I got corgi arms. I almost can touch it, but I can go like this. I could say, hey guys, that's the goal. These are all the blessings. These are the goals. I could just do that. And then you guys can, when you know, right? So yeah, but I think this is good because when I do the replays, that's what I'm worried about. The way that I have this set up is not, I feel like there's something hanging here. When I do the replays, all you're seeing is me yapping, but you can't see the food. And this way, now you can see the food. The Short Girls Club, chronic problem. You do? You like this as a better angle? All right, we're going to try this for a while and see what happens. I wonder if I bring it a tiny, tiny bit closer. Hold on. Let me see. No, that's not a tiny bit, but it's more close. I could do this. Now this works. Look, I could go like this. Hold on, let me say. Okay, now we have blessings. We have blessings. I got it. Now this is a good spot, right? This is good. And I can work from here. I like this. I like this. Hold, please. I'm going to push this back just a bit. Oh, right there. I'm thinking I like this. Mark your countertop. Whoa, I'm not doing that. Perfect. I'm doing it. We're going to try this. I mean, it's a little tighter angle. Let me see if I can pull this out a little bit. Hold on. I don't know if I have this. Sometimes see you do that. Okay. That's far out. Now that's far out. I kind of like this, right? You can still see the stove. And if I need to get you guys out over here, we could go this way. You know, I kind of like it. You like this look? Okay. I like it. All right. Let me get a piece of little tape. Actually, I can see there's a line in here that I can see. Hold on. I think I can do this. I got it. I like it. I can do this. Hi, welcome in. Perfect. All right. Done. Woo. Have a great day, my friends. I mean, it's a smaller angle, but I feel like on the replay, you're going to see stuff better. And that's what I'm looking for. Have a great day. Love you guys. See you tomorrow night. My baby's leaving. So sad. I'll see you guys later. And you can see everything. Perfect. Love it. I love it. This is great. Because now when I do this, you have all that bottom that's not going to block. You have a great day as well. Off to new adventures to be a great woman like you. Aw, you're sweet. Have a great day, guys. She's upstairs. She's cranked out today. That's because she's going to miss her mommy. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. Thanks for all the love today, too. Next week, I think we'll be back in motion here. It's been a good summer. Now I got to get focused again. We got a lot to get done. I got to spend every minute. I don't know if my video got posted last night, but I got to post that. We went to dinner. It was so nice to be with my family. This is my breakfast. Sweet dreams. See you later. Don't forget to get your t-shirt. Join the movement. Whoop, whoop.